It was once said by Albert Einstein, our task must be to free ourselves by widening our circle of compassion, to embrace all living creatures, the whole of nature and its beauty. It was also once said by Mahatma Gandhi, the greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated.
I've always believed that animals live so peacefully among themselves and that they are full of love. True in their affections, grateful and loyal. It was once said that life is as dear to a mute creature as it is to man. Just as one wants happiness and fears pain, just as one wants to live and not die, so do other creatures. Humankind will take a long time to understand that we have no right to enslave the rest of nature. We must share the planet. But animals are still pelted with stones, kicked, fed waste, abandoned, prone to accidents, and left to die on the streets. But for some of those lucky ones, they were smiled upon and guarded by an angel. It was my love for animals that brought me to Lila Parulekar about 6 years ago. It is what she said that blew me away. Because people don't have status up their spine, they look for it in dogs. And then, when people feel they don't need them anymore, they tie them up to trees and desert them. She felt bad when people ill-treated animals or were cruel to them. Her life has been like an extraordinary book. One which is filled with sacrifice and no regrets. Lila was born on the 31st of January, 1936. Her lifelong romance for nature started right from the age of 8. Born into a very well-known background, she is the daughter of Narayan Bikaji Parulekar. He was generally known as Nana Saheb Parulekar. He was the founder and editor of Sakar, a Marathi newspaper which started in 1932. Nana Saheb Parulekar was married to a French woman, Shanta Genevieve Pomerette. They had a daughter, Claude Lila Parulekar. She studied at St. Mary's School in Pune and then graduated from Nauroji Wadia College. Lila also has a master's in French literature and has studied at Columbia University, New York, for a Master's of Science in Comparative Journalism. She has also worked with the New York Times and the Paris-based Le Monde. But the call for India, which was her childhood home, was immense. Lila returned home. Her mother was a French professor, and they also had their very own millet field, commonly known as jawar, and grape gardens in which Lila helped. Lila grew up to become what they call une belle femme attirante et esprit d'ange, which means a beautiful, attractive and angelic woman. And yes, she was certainly very ravishing. In the year 1972, she was asked to act in a film called Birbal, My Brother.
I should like to meet your mother.
Oh, she's great, beautiful. जब अंधेरे में खड़ी हो जाती है तो उजाला हो जाता है.
What's that?
It means her beauty could make the darkness disappear.
A year later, on the 8th of January 1973, Nana Sahib passed away. He was a very loving father and supported her love and care for animals. Lila soon became the director of the Sakal newspaper. She was very well known for her work and was a very social person. Right from childhood, it is every girl's dream to have a fairy tale wedding and marry a prince. And yes, Lila as a child dreamt of that too. What fascinates me most about her is the fact that she comes from such a well-known background. She's highly educated. She's very attractive. She had all the money one can get. And yet, she gave up what she had to help these animals live a very happy, safe life. And not to forget all the love that she can possibly give. In the year 1992, Genevieve Pomerette, Lila's mother, passed away. Lila was very heartbroken after this. It was then, in 1993, that she started to shelter the victims of cruelty. She saved over 500 animals in the next 10 years. These included dogs, puppies, horses, donkeys, cows, calves, cats, birds, and rats too. It was then that she decided to start a trust, which was called Jeev Raksha Animal Welfare Trust, right in her very own bungalow and the land surrounding it. Jeev Raksha, which means protection for life, had now become a home for homeless animals.
Oh, Lila is a dynamic woman, absolutely selfless, who's devoted her entire life for Jeev Raksha. I've never seen a shelter where animals are allowed to roam free.
Jeev Raksha is situated in one of the prime locations in Pune. Lila's face was filled with happiness when she once said, "My house has gone to the dogs. They are free to roam anywhere they like, whether it's in the corridors of the bungalow, in the rooms, or basking in the sun." The shelter includes a kitchen, a bathing area, a shed for the cattle, open cages for dogs with litter, a medical room where the dogs are treated, and the dormitories which are housed in the various rooms of Lila's bungalow.
I just wish there were more people like Lila in this world. There would not have been so many dogs lying like this. I mean, to me, she's like God.
There are 7 to 8 workers who keep the place clean and organized.
मैं 30-35 साल से बाई के पास काम कर रहा है. मेरे को मुख्य जानवर से बहुत प्यार है. इसके वजह से मैं वो काम करता था.
आम्हाला झाले 12 ते 13 वर्ष.
13 ते 14 वर्षापासून मी इथे काम करतोय.
10 ते 12 वर्ष झाले.
मैं यहाँ पे 98 से काम कर रहा हूँ. मैडम के साथ में गाड़ी में को लेके स्टेशन पे जाते थे. स्टेशन पे जाने के बाद में वहाँ पे हम लोग वर्कर देखते थे कोई मिलता है क्या. पर वहाँ के जो लोग थे वो भिखारी हो गए, तो वो लोग पैसा मांगते थे. उनको मालूम नहीं था कि किस लिए आए क्या है, पर वो मैडम को देख के पैसा वगैरह मांगते थे। तो मैडम खुद उनको बोलते थे कि हम लोग तो पैसा वगैरह नहीं देंगे, पर तुमको काम देंगे, आप काम करो, आपको शाम को वापस पगार मिल जाएगा। ये हिसाब से हम लोग उनको यहाँ पे लेके आते थे, गाड़ी में से ही उनको काम देते थे। शाम को काम होने के बाद में पैसा देके उनको वापस छोड़ देते थे।
There are certain very well-known shops, such as Birdman's Poultry Products, which helps with 40 to 45 kgs of chicken per day. And Mazarin, which helps the trust with a sack full of bread.
Lila Parulekar sends her people every day. They take a full bag full of that katran, what we call the sides of the sandwiches. So they take a whole pota full of it, and which she uses to feed her dogs, and I think she has stray cattle and all that also over there.
Jeev Raksha follows a schedule. 7 a.m. is when the animals get up. 8 a.m. is when the injured animals are taken for a walk. 9:30 is breakfast, which includes bread, milk and dalia. After which, the dogs are taken care of, given a bath, or animals that need to be treated get treated upon.
अभी मैं इधर लाइफ स्टॉक सुपरवाइजर काम करता हूँ, 3 साल से कर रहा हूँ इधर। मेरे को पहले से जानवर या कुत्ते में बहुत इंटरेस्ट है और उस फील्ड में रहने का बहुत शौक है मेरे को। हमारा काम क्या होता है, जब इधर कुत्ता आता है तो उसको जब तक डॉक्टर आने तक उसका फर्स्ट ट्रीटमेंट करने का, सलाइन देने का, इंजेक्शन देने का, कोई भी ऐसा फर्स्ट ट्रीटमेंट का। हम हफ्ते में एक बार या नाखून काटते हैं, जितना कुत्ता मिलता है उतनों का काटते हैं। बाद में उसका वैक्सीनेशन, एंटी रेबीज या 7-in-1 देने का कोशिश करते हैं। दूसरी जगह तो बोल तो बड़े जानवर के बोलूँ तो गाय भैंस, उसका तो कोई ऐसा वैक्सीन नहीं रहता। जो बीमार पड़ती है तो उसका हम ट्रीटमेंट करते हैं।
Lunch usually consists of chicken and dalia, which is cooked and fed to them at 12:30.